I love riding on EUCs. Woo! But after 5 years of reviewing those devices, I am kind of getting tired of that, and I just want to ride or do different stuff. Just a little less reviews. But it is a little bit more complex than that, so let me take you out for a ride. Oh, slippy and slippery. How do we get there on the top though? I think we can. Okay, let's do it very slowly. Almost had it. All right, you guys. So I've been riding on EUCs for a long time already. And I have a scooter background, for those of you who don't remember. And I switched from scooters and e-bikes because EUCs were the most convenient, hassle-free means of transportation that was the most comfortable too, with the biggest fun factor, off-road capabilities, and practicality at the same time. Like, I know it might sound quite funny, but if I have stairs, I'm happy that I can roll down on an EUC, or I can just push it slowly down, rather than yank a big, heavy, hefty, chunky scooter down and, you know, break my back in the process. But over the years, wheels have changed a lot. The riders too, and the manufacturers as well. And now, while I started out on a InMotion V10F, which was 20 kilograms heavy, it was pretty basic to do any work on, or at least it wasn't just so heavy to deal with. Now we have monsters like these, or my InMotion V14, which is 40 kilograms heavy, and all of the other suspension wheels out on the market. Yes, you're a very fat chunker, you ET Max, but, you know, I still like you. And I think that with this concentration on big, expensive, and powerful, EUCs have lost a little bit of their charm that initially was there. Like, I could recommend a wheel back in the day for like €1,000 or €1,500. And, you know, this would be already great and everybody would be happy with that. And with the newest wheels that we don't really have such reliable options in that price category. So, you know, the benefit of being so great to use with public transport and being small to store, being easy to work on because it's light, and, you know, other benefits that come from a light wheel are often just ignored for making a big heavy chunker that will, you know, satisfy a very, you know, pro grade of customers, which is also good. We also do need that, but I feel like this market of cheaper, easier, more affordable, and still durable and great wheels has been just neglected too much. So while back in the day I could say that, oh, well, you buy an EUC and then you know, just change the tire. Things have changed quite a bit, but, you know, to be fair, my riding style has changed a bit too. So what is issue number one? Issue number one is that wheels got a lot more complicated. They have a lot more parts, and therefore a lot more stuff can go wrong. While QC did go up quite a bit and we don't have such, you know, overheating issues as back in the day or water resistance issues, but at the same time we are dealing with quite a bit of frustration regarding, you know, suspension, like we had on the S22 Pro, V11, I had it on the V13, etc. And we also deal with electronics issues like, you know, software related problems with the BMS, sometimes dead cells, etc, etc. So while back in the day I had my Gotway Nikola 84 volt, and that was, by the way, a pretty bulletproof wheel, I could ride it for 5,000 kilometers and really the only thing that would suffer is the tire. And, you know, that's the only thing I needed to do to it. And nowadays I feel like I'm more of a service center than a reviewer, because it's not just about reviewing the product itself when it works, No, it's also fixing the issues of batch one wheels, fixing software, fixing hardware issues, you know, checking stuff that can go wrong because wheels are just so much more complicated. So a sandy drop maybe? Could do a sandy drop. That would be horrible probably. Let's go. Ooh. Actually, not too bad. Woo! Okay, I wouldn't be able to do that with an old wheel. Oh, actually, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. Big drop. Woo! Whoa. Nice. Whoa. Oh, so much power on this wheel. How do I get back up? All right, so let's concentrate on the wheels I had recently. For example, Emotion. So when it comes to the wheels I recently tested by Emotion, the V11 had issues with the suspension and it was horrible to take apart for a tire change. The V12 gave me no issues, but it gave issues to a lot of people. And the V12 HD threw me off twice because of a software error. The V13, there I broke the suspension and a bunch of other parts, but this doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's combined to issue 2, which is my writing, which I'll talk about a bit later. And I'm waiting for the review of the V14 for so long because I had some issue with the suspension. Big group. Sorry. Dziękuję. Dziękuję. I didn't know what the issue was. I brought it to service. I thought it would be the damper, or the service thought it would be the damper, so I fixed the damper. And it turns out to be something in the sliders, so now I'm waiting for the sliders. When it comes to Veteran, with the initial Sherman S I got, I had issues with the battery. There was a dead cell, and that wasn't really fixable, needed a new battery pack. In the end, I ended up sending that wheel back, and the next Sherman S was fine. The Patton had a bunch of issues. You can check out my review for that. My Lynx was performing splendidly, apart from the software issue I was talking about recently. And the Sherman L, I had it just for a very short time, not much issues, like no issues there. It was just 500 kilometers. It was fine. With Begode wheels, I got the A2 recently. There I had a cutout on it, loose axle, motherboard malfunction, and I'm waiting for parts for it. Falcon is working good for now. The ET Max, I actually needed to change a board because I had a random cutout while going up a curb. Never happened again, but Begode told me to change the board. So that is, you know, another hassle. Also with the ET Max, the BMS light, which is like here on the side, it just like turns on so often. It shouldn't be that often, and it balances, like it balanced just when I charge this to 100%. So I don't know what's going on with that. And honestly, at this point, I'm just like even tired to reach out. What's the issue? The Extreme, no issues for most time, but no, actually I needed to change the motor. I needed to change the sliders too in the end. So, you know, it feels honestly I'm becoming a service station and not really a, you know, YouTube reviewer. I have the Blitz and now the damper there is leaking air, so I'm waiting for a new damper and perhaps I'll get a different linkage because that one is super loose in the back. What else did I have from Begode prior to that? Actually no, I had a big Begode brake, so we won't talk about Begode or Gotway before the brake that I made, I guess, last year. When it comes to Kingsong, I didn't have a Kingsong for a while already for testing, but the S19 and the S16 were pretty garbage when it comes to quality, and turns out electronically it wasn't also too well there. The 18L I was reviewing back in the day, splendid wheel. Maybe I'll get actually one of those. And S18 and like, I guess no issues. S22 was a plethora of issues, so many issues. So did I cover all brands? I guess so. So all of the brands have their issues, and it's not like, you know, I'm a fanboy for any of those companies. At this point, I just want something that works, that is durable, that has good waterproofing, is good for all season riding, and can survive my pretty rough riding style. Dude. Parking place? Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. No, no. And issue number 2, which probably does a lot of harm to issue number 1, is that my riding style has changed a lot. So while years ago I wasn't able to even jump, like my first jumps were on the S18, or no, actually on the V10F, without any power pads. And there I broke a foot plate. But anyway, now I'm able to do a lot more hardcore stuff on EUCs, like, you know, going upstairs, downstairs, doing drops, doubles, going to like actual bike parks where I can make like the medium difficult line, which, you know, even some cyclists cannot do or like are afraid to do. Because, you know, they can do everything. Like bicycles can do more than EUCs in the bike park. But anyway, my riding style has developed a lot, and therefore the abuse of EUCs got bigger. So I thought that my basic riding style back in the day was quite good and adequate for the reviews that I'm making. But what I'm doing with wheels right now, I think it's worth of a video itself. Like the inclines, the tricks, you know, exploring a city and finding some like random urban spots. I feel like I want to dedicate myself a lot more to the sport than to, you know, finding another issue in a new electric unicycle that has just come out. And for the stuff that I do nowadays on EUCs, I just need a lot more time because it's a lot more difficult. Like if I want to climb something backwards with, you know, some tricks, if I want to learn to like make an actual 360 spin around on a jump, I need to go find a place where there's an airbag because I don't want to die. I just want to do quite a bit of stuff on an electric unicycle, and I know it's only possible if I, you know, don't have this constant thing in the back of my mind where, oh, you need to finish this review, or, oh, think about the light, what is it doing now? Like, when I'm riding EUCs, I have this mode on when I constantly concentrate on everything that's happening, like, is the trolley handle all right? Oh my god, this is easy to push upstairs, and other stuff. So, yeah, I think it would be a lot easier to do all of that if I didn't have this constant reviewing process in the back of my mind. Maybe I need vacation, but I also need money. Whoa! Okay, I can't do jumps with the suspension. It's okay. No, you know what? Maybe I can just set it up a bit better here with the compression dial all the way in. I do it like backwards. Definitely not the wheel for that. Whoop, whoop. And additionally, I have a lot of other stuff that I would love to tell you about that is happening in my life, because this year has been the happiest year that I've ever had. I feel like it was the, you know, it might be also the toughest one I had, but the most rewarding, maybe, in my opinion. So I would love to share a bit more about that, because I think that this channel is, you know, a lot about the lifestyle, a lot about, you know, ideas. And while I know that there's a lot of views coming in for, oh my goodness, that's just happening in Poland. Wow, it's a dump truck on a sidewalk. Camera is always very convincing. So yeah, I've been through some rough patches this year, and in the end I think I tackled it all quite well. I love working out now for the first time ever in my life, because I've discovered kettlebells, and they have changed my life so much. Like, I feel so much healthier now, so much stronger. I feel like actually I'm like satisfied with how my body looks like for the first time, like, don't go, for the first time ever. Quite a bit of other stuff happening in my life too. I don't know if I want to like share that yet, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to try. I want to try like stand-up comedy, and I want to try, you know, oh yeah, I want to get into drumming a lot. I want to get my first electric drum set. I'm so excited for this, actually. Maybe this will happen. So there's a lot more stuff that currently is a lot more interesting for me than reviewing wheels. Reviewing has really become like a more of a work thing for me. Still a lot of fun, but if you get into those issues over and over and you need to over and over fix them and contact the manufacturer, and then like people change in the division of the manufacturer, so you need to find new contacts, or then you get people that just don't listen to you, and yeah, then at some point I'm just like, I just want to ride, I just want to make fun videos, I want to share with you guys what is possible on EUC. But also, of course, huge thanks to you guys for the colossal support over the years, because without you guys watching the reviews, I wouldn't be here, so thanks for that. Another direction I would love to do, and that is to go and teach and have some sort of classes in different cities, because I feel like a lot of times when I just meet up with people, they get very encouraged to do something that they're not comfortable with, and then they feel great. Okay. You ready?
Well, yes.
You can stop before the jump, like,
yes,
it's fine.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
And high on the berm. Oh, yeah! Oh! Champion! And that has been proven to be a thing happening over and over, be it inclines, be it jumps, be it like backwards riding technique. I feel like I can be a lot of help for riders that are, struggling with different stuff. And that would be probably a lot more rewarding for me too, but I just need to find out how can I make this also financially viable, because, traveling is expensive, and I just bought myself a car which is like terrible for that. Even by electric standards. Someday I want to be so good that I could like ride this pipe from one end to the other. I think that would be super sick. So these are like the kinds of ideas I get. Like, I have so many weird drafts of places where I could like do an incline. Like, the craziest one I believe is like, there's this one bridge in Torunio, which is a perfect concrete incline, and then you even make a drop onto the bridge itself. Super gnarly, but those are the kind of things that it's actually maybe too dangerous, but some other things I would love to do on EUC, because it's just so much fun to push your body and push your abilities. And I feel like this could be something that I would solely rely financially on, and would be to the benefit of both the community and us as riders, and just myself for pure happiness. All right, guys, so I guess I don't have really much more to say. My rant is over. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this format of videos. A bit more personal. We can get a bit more up close. I'm very curious about reading all of your comments. I'm curious about reading your suggestions. What do you think, what you think about the situation? And if you're still here, oh, by the way, also, huge thanks to all of you guys that come to the streams. Like, the streams have been so much fun for me, and they have been really pushing my mood up. It's been just amazing to just, talk with you guys, talk with great people on stream. Recently, we had 2 sales, 1 pack. I know, like, maybe in 2 weeks we do another one with someone else as a guest person or guest people, and then we can talk about something else EUC related. Because somehow, like, this conversation, having fun and making puns is a lot cooler than meticulously finding all of the errors and fixing wheels and etc. etc. So yeah, huge thanks for the huge turnout in those streams. And yeah, and during the stream I also made a stream. I had to go to the toilet. Anyway, if you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.